All right, here's four log equations. Um, and from the video, there were four different types of equations that you could get. There was one where you tried to get the same base. So like this one, you change the 9 to 3 squared. And if the bases are the same, you equate the exponents. Then there's one where you switch form. So if that was my question, I'd switch it to exponential form. And then there was one where you had log of something plus log of something is equal to a number, like 2. And then the last kind was log of something plus log of something equals log of something. Okay, so I think that this question here is like this last one. So what I need to do is I first need to squish these two together. So since this is a minus, I'll use the quotient rule. So instead of writing 2 logs, I can write 1 log, and then I write the quotient of that and that. So it'll be s plus 32 over s plus 5 is equal to log base 3 of s. Now that I have 1 log on one side and log on the other side, I can use the property of logarithmic equalities and basically drop the logs. So the equation would be s plus 32 over s plus 5 is equal to s. And then solve that equation from there. So I'll multiply both sides by s plus 5. So these cancel. So I'd have s plus 32 is equal to s squared plus 5s. And then I'll subtract s on both sides. So 32 is equal to s squared plus 4s. And then I'll subtract 32 on both sides. I guess I could have done that at the same time. Now I've got a quadratic, so I'll factor that and solve from there. I think it'll be s plus 8, s minus 4 equals 0. So s is equal to a negative 8, or s is equal to a positive 4. The negative 8, when you try and plug it in right in there, you can't take the log of a negative, so that number won't work. Answer's got to be that one. Okay, on question number 8, it's the same thing. Was that the one that I did? No, it's the same type of question, so I would follow the same process for it. Try it, and if you have questions, you can let me know. This next one, same question. Interesting. Same question. This time it's an addition, and so it'd be the ln of the product of x plus 10 times x minus 3 is equal to the ln, 2 ln of x. Now, I do have a ln on both sides, but this 2 is bothering me out front. I can use the power rule to put that back up as an exponent. So it'd be ln of x plus 10 times x minus 3 is equal to x squared. Ln of x squared. Ln on both sides, so I can drop those. And then I'll FOIL this side. Plus 10x minus 30 is equal to x squared. And the x squareds will cancel because they're both positive 1 on each side. And then I'll solve the question that's left. So I think that's negative 7x minus 30 equals 0. Maybe move the 7x over to the other side and make it positive and divide by 7. Okay, hopefully that helps you with that one. Okay, this last one. So I have ln of x to the 10th is equal to ln of x squared. I don't know, there's probably a few ways to do this question. I might try this. The problem with this one over here is that, for me anyway, is that ln of x squared, I could bring that 2 out front. But in this case, I've got ln of x all squared. And these two things aren't the same. So ln of x squared is the same as ln of x times ln of x. And that's not the same as that. Okay. Maybe we'll try it this way. So this is ln of x times ln of x. And I'm going to bring this over to the other side and subtract it. So it's going to equal 0. So this would be minus ln x to the 10th. And then I'll move that 10 out to the front. So it'll be ln of x times the ln of x minus 10 ln of x equals 0. Now I have a ln of x in both this term and this term, so I'll factor one out. So it'll be ln of x times the ln of x minus 10 equals 0. And now I'll separate each of those. So I'll have ln of x equals 0, or ln x minus 10 is equal to 0. Now, I don't think you can ever get a 0 out of a ln or a log. To what exponent must you raise? Like this would be log base e of x equals 0. To what exponent must you raise e, where 0 is the exponent to which e must be raised to get x. So if I take this and rewrite it, e to the 0 is equal to x, well, anything to 0 is equal to 1. So x can be equal to 1, or on this side, ln of x is equal to 10. Do the same thing, log base e of x is equal to 10. So e to the 10th is equal to x. So those would be my two answers for that question. That's a tough one. Yeah, that's a tough one. I would not bet that that would be on the exam. But the other three, those would be fair game.